Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Kaiju number 8 manga review. I am so sorry. Excuse me. Excuse me. I am so sorry that it took this long to get these 2 chapters out. I had in a family emergency. I'm not going to speak on it. And if I do, it'll be on the Bros Who Think podcast. But it was something pretty serious with my family. Everything is picking back up now. Things are getting better. We're not out the woodworks yet, but it's serious. And I just needed to take the weekend off to collect myself because, it's family. And when you have those situations, you have to just take your time. So, but we're back. We're here. Also, I'm letting y'all know when the new chapter drops in like 3 to 4 days, I will get you the review as soon as possible. Y'all won't have to wait this long like I did. But because y'all had to wait, we're doing a double dose chapter review, chapter 13 and 14. Let's get into it. So 13, the mission has begun. And Kafka's like, yes, I feel strong. I feel invincible. Let's get it. And then all of a sudden he just does his little flop thing like they do like the Demon Slayer humor where they show his eyes and he falls. It's pretty funny. And Kikoru's like, chill out. Stop doing all that. Don't lead. You already know your 1% combat power ain't shit. And we'll get into combat power because I love how they're building the lore of this story. We're seeing how it's different from a Demon Slayer, from a Jujutsu Kaisen, from a Bleach, from I'm trying to think of just different Monster Hunters, from One Punch Man. And they're showing how they're different, and I really love how they do that. But we'll get to that. And then Kikoru is showing why she's the top dog of the class, baby. She's just like, pew, 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 pew. She's knocking them out, shooting them, just killing Yonju. And I'm going to stop calling them Kaiju because the little medium-sized to like middies are Yonju. The big monsters are Honju. I don't think we've seen a Kaiju yet. So, but they're killing these little mini Yonjus. And then we see like all the class start off and Furahashi's doing his thing, but he can't keep up with our boy Reno Ichikawa. Ichikawa is balling, and he finds out that burst bullets aren't for him. He needs freeze bullets. Now, this along with combat power is what I'm talking about how they're building the world with their own specific power. Each person's going to have to figure out which gear suits them and their skill set best because Ichikawa uses his freezing bullets, slows them down, and then just goes berserk, knocks out some Yonju. So we see he's balling. And don't get twisted, Furahashi's doing well. He's just not... He's just no Reno Ichikawa, baby. That's just that. And then everybody's like, what's the deal with these rookies? Like, why are they just balling? And it's all these just monster rookies. But it's not just those 3 balling. We see Oi or I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm just calling him Oi. Hey, Oi. Oi and Haruichi are balling so much on their team that their platoon leader's like, yo, I need to take these 2 dudes from Hosina. And then like her vice captain, I guess, or like her underling was like, are you sure it's not because they're cute? Just some good humor in there. I love how they utilize the humor in Kaiju number 8. They do a damn good job. We then see Kafka's like, hold on, I'm not going to be undershined. So he uses his knowledge of his cleanup crew job plus all those hours of studying the physiology of kaiju to learn like, okay, I'm gonna get in there to find out where its weak spot is and if I can find anything else out to help my team win. He finds where their weak core is. I think it's behind the neck, right in the middle of behind the neck. I'm not sure. It's either in the behind or the front. I forget. But the major thing that he finds out is that these Yonju have reproductive organs, which allows them to spawn more Yonju. And that is huge going into the next chapter. And it's so good that Hosina's like, all right, boy, I see you out there. Good job, Kafka. Your studying time paid off, and you're showing that you're useful to the squad. And I think that's big for Kafka because he needed that boost because a chapter ago, they were like, look, 3 months, and you out of here if you ain't doing shit the right way. So Hosina gives him praise. We see all our rookies do some cool stuff, but what raises the bars is Mina, baby, Captain Ashiro, and she just goes out there with this big Halo-looking railgun with like her VR set to like see far away and to get into it. She puts out that big gun, she fires, and then boom! All of a sudden, we see this blast go straight to the Honju, and bow in the head. And that's how the chapter ends with Hosina like singing like, yeah, that's what you got to look forward to, Kafka. We didn't get to chapter 14. We find out once the chapter starts, she didn't fully kill the Honju yet, but she shot him and it went straight through his, like the top of his skull, and it aligns him to get to where she wants. She then reloads the big rail gun, bow, shoots it again in his arms, reloads, shoots it again in his other arms, and then the Honju is down. She takes out this Honju by herself. But the thing is, when she takes it out, we see that all of this cluster, like I'm trying to think of the thing it reminds me of. You remember the Matrix where you see all the spores of the monsters that are coming at Neo, or I'm trying to think of a better example. I guess the Matrix is the best example I can give of something like that, but just picture like a cluster of just monsters for fields. And it's like, Hosina's like, we got to take these down. But the interesting thing is we find out that Captain Ashiro Mina's combat power is 96%. Like, let me just put in perspective for you. Ichikawa at the time of the training in chapter 11, when we learned, his was 18, Furuhashi was 20, Kikaru was 55, Haruichi and Oi's was 25, and Kafka was 1. And it's just nuts that that's how strong she is. And Hosina then tells Kafka, like, to stand next to her, you got to be this strong. And then Kafka's like, smart-ass Kafka's like, well, can you do that with a gun? And Hosina's like, no, I can't. And he's like, what? And then all of a sudden this Yonju comes in. We don't even see Hosina strike him down. He moves so fast, Kafka couldn't see it, so the audience didn't get to see it. But then we see all of a sudden Hosina, like, sheathing his dual-wield blades and is like, with medium-sized to medium-grade Yonju, I'm damn near unbeatable because I'm not good with a gun, but I'm master in blades, which I think is dope. We've seen Ichikawa Reno with his freezing bullets. We know there's burst bullets. We've seen Mina with this big ass rail gun, and now we're seeing blades. Like, I love this whole idea of combat percentage power and just the different style of weapons. I want to see Oi maybe use like a hammer, like a Viro hammer or an axe or something. I want to see these different weapons incorporated. I'm super interested. Maybe we get dual wielding pistols for like for Furuhashi or some cool shit like that. I would love to see different styles of weapons in this because it created a cool world, and I want to see that fleshed out. But I think the combat power thing is interesting because Hosina tells, I'll get to that in a second. So Hosina shows off his blades and just how strong he is. He has like this deadly Gin Ichimaru face from Bleach, like where his eyes are closed, and then when he gets serious, his eyes opens. I was like, yo, that's amazing. Oh, Gin Ichimaru looking ass Hosina. And then, so we see him slice down the Yonju, like I said. We learn that each cat, like what we said about their individual talents, and then we see the cluster of the Yonju that they have to fight, and everybody's gearing up. Oi and Haruichi's leaders like, y'all want to step back for your captain? And they're like, hell no, we got to keep up with Kikaru. Kikaru's like, we're about to get it. Ichikawa and Furuhashi's like, we got to get it. And so they're getting ready. And then Hosina is like talking to the person under him and is like, yo, these rookies are special. And she's like, I'm surprised they haven't burned out yet. And he was like, basically officers, the max they can get combat power is 20 to 30. And we haven't seen anybody besides Kikaru break that because she has 55, of course. But he feels that Reno Ichikawa, baby, can break it because he's been showing the most promise of growth. So I'm guessing Reno's combat power right now has to be at least at 25. It's higher than Furuhashi. Well, no, shit, it might be at 30 because it has to be higher than Oi and Haruichi for Hosina to give it to him instead of Oi or Haruichi because they're kicking ass. So it's like, boom, all right, Reno, that boy, he's getting his shit together with his freezing bullets. I like that. But all of a sudden, when they show Reno in Furuhashi's face, they're shocked because all of a sudden the shapeshifter is back. The white shape-shifting kaiju is like, who figured out this reproductive organs? I need to figure this out. Would you happen to know? And then he looks at Reno and Furuhashi, and they're like, oh, shit. And that's how the chapter ends, baby. Shapeshifter's about to come out. I wonder if this is when Kafka gets exposed because he's going to have to fight kaiju versus kaiju. I'm ready for it next chapter. Some of the things I'm looking forward to. Figuring out each member, Haruichi, Oi, Furuhashi, Ichikawa's, figuring out if they're going to go with, Kikaru's a straight up machine gun toting lady. So I think she's straight. But I'm interested to see everybody else's power percentage go up and to see which weapons they use. Will we see an axe come out? Will we see a hammer? Will we see more swords? Will we see dual wielding pistols? Will we see like a Tommy gun, a sniper rifle? There's so many things I'm interested in going forward about their powers to see. If I have any prediction, I do predict that Kafka's going to use kaiju form to fight this white monster. Or the other way, we see Ichikawa blossom and break through his, which I believe right now is 30%, and get to like a 45, 50, which is like anything over 20 and 30 is getting the captain range. So we may see Ichikawa break through and get to the next level because Hosina's like, for them to do this, if they accomplish this, that's how they break through to the next level. So we'll see what's going on, but I'm excited for the chapter. You guys stay tuned, stay looking forward to it. You can follow me at LinBWT, follow the Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. Let us know what you thought of this chapter, but I promise you, chapter 15, the day it comes out, you guys will get the next video the next day. Only reason why you didn't is because of what I stated in the beginning. But enjoy yourselves, and I will talk to you soon. I really, really love this chapter. But until then, peace.